Every day, we stand at a crossroads between comfort and growth, between ease and greatness. The harsh truth is this: life demands sacrifice. The question isn't if you will sacrifice, but what you are willing to give up to become who you want to be. Sacrifice is not optional, it is a constant companion on the road to success. You can't have everything, so you must decide what's worth your time, energy, and passion. Will you sacrifice fleeting pleasures for long-term achievement? Will you give up distractions to focus on your dreams? Imagine looking back on your life and realizing you never chased your true potential because you were afraid to give up comfort. Sacrifices made today prevent regrets tomorrow. The hardest choice now is often the easiest decision you'll be grateful for later. Every sacrifice teaches resilience. When you choose to sacrifice sleep, leisure, or comfort, you forge discipline and mental toughness. This process molds you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself, someone capable of facing life's greatest challenges. Sacrificing something valuable is an act of deep respect and love for your future self. Whether it's sacrificing short-term fun for education, financial freedom, or health, you're investing in a better life. The sacrifices you make today plant the seeds for tomorrow's success and happiness. You don't get to avoid sacrifice, but you do get to choose your sacrifice. So, what will it be? What are you willing to give up for the life you truly want? The answer you give will shape your destiny. Sacrifice is not a choice that only a few people make. It is an unavoidable part of every journey towards success, growth, or meaningful change. Life constantly demands from us, whether it's our time, energy, comfort, or resources. The moment we decide to pursue something significant, we step onto a path that asks us to give up certain things. This is the reality that many try to avoid or ignore, hoping they can have it all without paying the price. But that's simply not how life works. The truth is, you cannot have everything you want at once. You have limited hours in a day, limited mental capacity, and limited physical energy. This means that every goal, every dream, every desire will require you to sacrifice something else. Understanding that sacrifice is inevitable puts you in a powerful position because it forces you to confront a question you might not have asked yourself before. What matters most to me? When you face this question honestly, it becomes clear that your priorities need to be in order. The distractions and temptations of life are endless. Comfort, social media, instant gratification, hanging out with friends just because. These things are not inherently bad, but when they consume all your time and energy, they become barriers to what you truly want. Sacrifice asks you to look carefully at your habits and routines and decide which ones serve your future and which ones hold you back. Choosing what to sacrifice means identifying what's truly valuable and what is merely convenient. For example, many people want to be healthier but aren't willing to give up late night snacking or skipping workouts. Others want financial freedom but won't cut back on unnecessary spending. Some dream of excelling in their career but prefer staying in their comfort zone rather than pushing through the challenges and extra work required. When you realize that sacrifice is inevitable, you gain clarity about what you must give up to get what you want. It's important to recognize that sacrifice isn't always about giving up something big and obvious. Sometimes it's about small daily choices that accumulate over time. A few less hours of sleep to study, an hour less of TV to practice a skill, or saying no to a social invitation to focus on personal goals. These small sacrifices, when chosen consistently and intentionally, build the foundation for larger successes. They train your mind to prioritize long-term rewards over short-term pleasures, which is a crucial mindset for anyone serious about growth. When you accept the inevitability of sacrifice and choose wisely what you are willing to give up, you take control of your life. You stop being a passive participant waiting for things to happen and become an active architect of your destiny. This is empowerment. It means no longer being a victim of circumstance, but instead making conscious decisions about how you invest your most precious resources, your time, energy, and attention. In this way, Sacrifice becomes not a punishment or loss, but a deliberate strategy to move you closer to the life you envision. Sacrifice is more than just giving up something valuable. It is a profound process that shapes who we are. When you make sacrifices, especially difficult ones, you are not only investing in a goal, but also building strength and character. Every time you choose to forego comfort, leisure, or immediate gratification in favor of something more meaningful, you exercise discipline and resilience. These qualities don't develop overnight. They grow slowly, forged through repeated choices to endure hardship and keep moving forward even when it's tough. The process of sacrifice trains your mind and body to handle discomfort, uncertainty, and setbacks. When you give up sleep to study for an important exam, push through a tough workout when your body wants to quit, or resist distractions to focus on your work, you strengthen your ability to persevere. Over time, this repeated effort builds mental toughness, a crucial trait that separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up prematurely. Mental toughness allows you to remain committed despite obstacles and setbacks, to stay calm under pressure, and to keep your eyes on the bigger picture. Sacrifice also teaches patience and humility. It reminds you that success is rarely instant. Real progress takes time, and the sacrifices you make often require you to delay rewards and endure discomfort now for benefits that will only become clear later. This teaches you to value the journey, not just the destination, and to understand that lasting achievement is earned step by step. The humility that comes with sacrifice keeps you grounded and aware that growth is a continuous process, one that demands ongoing effort and adaptation. Beyond mental resilience, sacrifice helps develop self-control and emotional strength. Choosing sacrifice means managing impulses, resisting temptations that provide momentary pleasure but derail long-term goals. This builds character by helping you align your actions with your values rather than being led by fleeting desires or social pressure. The more you practice this, the stronger your self-discipline becomes, and the more capable you are of making decisions that serve your future self. Moreover, sacrifice often leads to a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. When you commit to something meaningful and make sacrifices for it, you connect deeply with your own values and goals. This connection fuels motivation and creates a sense of pride and accomplishment that cannot be found through easy or superficial choices. The strength and character developed through sacrifice become part of your identity. They shape how you see yourself and how others see you. In essence, sacrifice is a form of personal growth. It stretches you beyond your comfort zone and forces you to develop qualities essential for success and happiness. Every sacrifice made is a brick laid in the foundation of a stronger, wiser, and more resilient you. Through sacrifice, you learn not just what you are willing to give up, but who you are becoming in the process. Sacrifice is often seen as loss, but at its core, it is an act of love, love for yourself and for the future you want to create. When you choose to sacrifice something valuable today, whether it's time, comfort, or immediate pleasure, you are investing in a better tomorrow. This kind of sacrifice is not about deprivation, but about making a deliberate choice to honor your own dreams, goals, and well-being. It's an expression of respect for your potential and a commitment to becoming the person you aspire to be. When you sacrifice for your future, you are sending a powerful message to yourself. You believe you are worth the effort. This belief is critical because self-love is the foundation of all meaningful change. Sacrifice isn't easy, and without a deep sense of self-worth, it can feel pointless or discouraging. But when you understand that every small sacrifice is a gift you give to your future self, it transforms how you approach challenges. It becomes easier to say no to distractions, to push through discomfort, and to stay consistent with your goals. Sacrificing for your future also requires vision and faith. You must be able to see beyond the immediate moment and trust that the discomfort or loss you endure now will pay off in ways you might not fully understand yet. This kind of faith is what keeps people moving forward when the path is difficult or uncertain. It's the belief that the life you want is possible if you are willing to pay the price. This vision connects you to something larger than momentary impulses. It anchors you in purpose and direction. The act of sacrifice is also an expression of love toward others, whether it's family, friends, or community, because when you invest in yourself, you create the capacity to give more to those around you. For example, sacrificing late nights or leisure time to improve your skills or health can lead to greater stability and happiness, which benefits everyone in your life. This shows that sacrifice is not just self-centered but deeply relational. By prioritizing your growth, you increase your ability to contribute meaningfully to others. It's important to realize that sacrifice doesn't mean permanent deprivation or suffering. It means making intentional choices and setting boundaries to protect your time and energy. It means saying yes to what matters and no to what doesn't. This creates space for your goals to flourish. Each sacrifice is a step toward freedom, freedom from bad habits, from limiting beliefs, and from circumstances that hold you back. This freedom is the ultimate form of self-love because it empowers you to live a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. In this way, sacrifice becomes an act of kindness to yourself. It's a recognition that your dreams deserve your effort and that your future is worth the trade-offs. When you embrace sacrifice as a form of love, it changes your entire relationship with the challenges you face. Instead of seeing them as burdens, you begin to see them as investments. Investments in a future where you thrive, succeed, and live with purpose. Sacrifice is not a distant or abstract concept reserved only for extraordinary circumstances. It is a daily reality that touches every part of our lives. From the moment we decide to pursue a meaningful goal or dream, we step into a world where giving up something is unavoidable. But this truth is not meant to discourage or overwhelm us. Instead, it calls us to clarity and courage. We have to face the fact that every choice comes with a cost, and the power lies in deciding which sacrifices are worth making. By consciously choosing what to give up, we take ownership of our journey and shape the kind of life we want to live, rather than drifting passively through circumstances beyond our control. Understanding sacrifice as an inevitable part of growth helps us confront the fear of loss and discomfort that often holds us back. We learn that the true cost of not sacrificing is regret, the silent, haunting what if. That arises when we realize we settled for less because we clung to comfort or avoided hard decisions. Choosing sacrifice over regret means embracing discipline and foresight, acknowledging that the struggles and losses we face today are investments in a richer, fuller tomorrow. It requires us to trust the process, to delay gratification, and to hold firm to a vision of the life we want, even when the path is steep and uncertain. Sacrifice also molds us from the inside out, developing qualities like strength, resilience, and self-control that no shortcut can provide. The acts of giving up comfort, pushing through fatigue, and resisting distractions are not just steps toward external success. They are transformative experiences that build character. Each sacrifice strengthens our capacity to endure challenges, to make decisions aligned with our values, and to keep moving forward despite setbacks. In this way, sacrifice is an education in perseverance, humility, and mental toughness, teaching us not just what we want, but who we need to become to achieve it. Ultimately, sacrifice is an act of love, love for ourselves, for our future, and for those who depend on us. It is a recognition that the life we desire requires investment, discipline, and sometimes painful choices, but these choices are not losses, they are gifts we give to our future selves, gifts of opportunity, freedom, and fulfillment. When we choose our sacrifice wisely, we do more than survive or get by, we thrive. We build a life defined by purpose and intentionality, one where every sacrifice becomes a stepping stone toward a destiny we are proud to claim. So the question remains, What will you choose to sacrifice, and how will that choice shape the story of your life? Thank you for providing the commands and information. If you need any further assistance or have more requests, feel free to reach out. Have a great day and goodbye.